Thanks for dropping in. 2 months ago, I created this rolling storage box to keep track of small bits of hardware for various projects. Since then, I've created longer bin designs and alternate bin styles. I've also completely redesigned the core, including updated ways to open the bins and updated ways to open the core and cap. Today, I want to show a project that was inspired from all the lessons learned during this process. This is the giant rolling storage box. It's a big step up in size from the older designs. So let's talk about what lessons I learned and what changes have been made to this design. In the old design, the bins laid flush with the core. The problem with that is that the core size greatly limited how deep the bins could be. There still needed to be a significant core area, and these could only run around that. In the new design, the core no longer limits the bin depth in that way. That means that even though this is a much larger bin, you could still print it on medium-sized printers. This updated design introduced a way to access the contents of the core without first unrolling the bins. And I felt that that was a vast improvement over the other design, and I wanted to carry it over here. The biggest difference is that while this is a screw top, this updated design is a simple latch mechanism. Larger bins were difficult to open, so I had to add the concept of the pull tab. I like this design so much that it's part of the giant storage box by default. You could either use a small piece of ribbon like this, or a longer piece of Velcro that wraps all the way around the edge and then connects back to itself. This box is so large, it barely fits on my desk. As with the previous designs, disconnecting the core is easy. You just unroll it as far as it will go, and then you just slide the core back and lift it straight up. It uses the same latch design as before. It holds quite a lot. In fact, each bin is only slightly less than the total volumetric storage of this larger size rolling storage box. The previous project included lots of different bin styles that you would print up and then attach together. This design has just one basic bin style, but then you can print up all these inserts that you want. Now, one thing I don't like about storage boxes with inserts is the inserts never stay in for me. They always wander or they lift slightly, allowing items to slide underneath them. Fortunately, due to the octagonal nature of the box, each bin has this sort of angle to it that keeps the divider from lifting up at all. There are internal struts on each bin that these dividers can clip around. You can place them on the strut and either glue them together, or if you're uncertain about where you want the divider to be, you can use the little holes in the divider to run a zip tie through. You just wrap the zip tie around the hole, then trim it. And then if you change your mind, you can just cut it on the other side. The old design had a smaller hinge because it didn't need anything beefier. So you would connect the bins using a small piece of filament that you just run along the inside. Needless to say, at this size, that won't cut it. So you will need to print a few of these insert pieces. You insert the rod to connect the bins, and use this little cap piece to keep it in place. That's also a potential nice design element that you can make that a different color. When you're done, just pick up the core, lay it next to the first bin, and then slide it over to lock. When the bins slide with the core, you know it's fully locked, and then roll it up. The magnets on the start and end bin will keep everything tidy and in place. I really like how the new design has sort of a vault look. That was entirely accidental, but sometimes when you're putting things together, neat things like that just crop up. Over the last 2 months, I've done a lot of designing, a lot of printing, and thanks largely to your feedback, a whole lot of learning. This isn't even all the storage boxes I printed. They're just some of the ones that I like keeping around as a display. I hope you enjoyed following along as I explored this design process. But next week, we're going to leave the world of octagonal storage boxes and begin a completely new project. Until then, thanks for watching.